Hello guys, and welcome back to another class of our course about the complete introduction to programming with JavaScript. So in the past few classes we talked about plenty of interesting things, such as how can we work with our text, how can we work with numbers, and other things that we can do with those data types. So basically in today's class what I want to do is pretty simple. I want to teach you guys how you can communicate with a user. So let's say you create a basic application and you want to ask something to your user. So basic questions: what is your favorite color? What is your age? So those are some simple questions that we are going to ask to our user. So when you're asking those questions to your user, you want to have a certain answer from your user. So you want your user to tell you something. So I am 12 years old. I love blue, for example, or any other answer. So how exactly you can do this? So this is the first thing that we are going to see in this class. And also we're going to learn how we can work on the Google Chrome console directly. So personally, I really love the Google Chrome console. And since it's a web console, you'll see you will be able to use some keywords that you won't necessarily be able to use right here directly on your Atom machine, well, on your Atom software, text editor, sorry. But in this case, you'll see you will be able to use it on your Chrome console. So let's start. All right, so the first thing that we are going to do is actually opening up our Chrome console. So how exactly we can do this? So you simply go inside of your Chrome, and your console should look something like this. So how exactly you open it up? So just open up a new tab. You can go in inspect right here. So you inspect, and then you will have access to, in this case, some HTML code. So don't take it into consideration. So usually when you work with JavaScript, you will work with JavaScript as well as HTML together, so you can work with multiple programming languages. And since JavaScript is JavaScript is a lot used for web programming, so it's really seen that you use HTML and JavaScript together. In our case, we're simply going to work with the JavaScript, so it's pretty simple. You just go on your console. So here it's pure JavaScript. All right, so how exactly does this work? So right now you should be on your console right now. So we're going to learn how to use the console at first. So it works pretty much as your Atom text editor. So it's not that complicated. But for the purpose of this course, you will have to use the Chrome, well, the Chrome console. All right, so let's start. All right, so what exactly we saw in the past classes, if you guys remember, we talked about variables and storing your data inside of variables, and this is exactly what we're going to do. So first thing that we want to do is having our user. So we want to ask our user, what is your age and what is your favorite color? So when the user will actually answer us to our questions, we're going to return a output that will say you are X years old and your favorite color is something, so blue, red, or whatever. So to be able to do this, we should have two questions that we ask to our user, and those two questions will be stored inside of variables. So they're going to be stored inside of variables, and our variables will actually store the answer to those questions as well. So let's do it. So first thing that we need to do is actually create a variable. So we'll create our first variable and we're going to call it quest1, since it's the first question. And here we're going to use a keyword that is that will allow us to communicate with our user. So in this case, it's going to be prompt. And inside of our prompt is the message that we want to ask to our user. So in this case, what exactly we want to ask to our user? It's pretty simple. We want to ask to our user, what is your age? So you can ask any question that you guys want, but the first question that we are going to ask here is, what is your age? So first thing. Now when it's done, the second question that we want to ask him, it's what is your favorite color? So pretty important when you work with the Chrome, the Chrome console. So that's a point. When you want to jump lines, so you need to click on Shift and then on Enter, because if you don't do this and you only click on Enter, you will have you will run your code and you will have what is your age. In this case, let's say I don't know, 89. So undefined, because we just asked the question, there is no context to this question. All right, let's just copy everything, clear it, and start again. Great. All right, so this is for our first question. Now we have our second question. So what exactly is the second question in this case? So we want to ask our user, what is, let's just create our variable first. So it's going to be quest2. So same thing, we'll create the prompt. And here we want to ask to our user, what is your favorite color? Great, now we got everything that we need. All right, so right now our user, let's say, will answer to this question. So he will tell us that he is, I don't know, 10 years old and he loves blue. So when we have this information, we need to write down an output. So pretty much what we saw at the beginning of this course. So we're going to use the console. So console.log, and we will write down our output. So here we're going to write down UR plus question1. So quest1. So problem right here. We need to not forget the quotation marks. So our user is question1 years old. So this is exactly what we're going to write down. Oop, little problem. I touched the enter button. There we go, years old. And the second thing that we want to print your favorite color is, and here we're going to add the variable quest2. All right, so we have our first variable right here, quest1, our second variable right there, quest2. Now we have everything that we need, so we can run our application. So what is your age? 10 years old. What is your favorite color? Blue. And as you can see, you are 10 years old, your favorite color is blue. So as you can see, until now, everything works pretty fine. So this is a really simple way that you guys can actually use the prompt keyword. And this is a really simple way that we can use to actually communicate with our user. Some keywords work only on web console. So in this case, it's gonna work on Chrome, but not on Atom that we have. So if we try to run this on Atom, so it's possible to do. So here we go. If we try to run it, once again, we have everything that we need. So we have our quest1, we have, let's just put this into JavaScript first. Great. So we have everything that we need. If we run it, you'll see we'll have an error message, so it's not working. So we really need to make it run on our Google console. So once again, it's just because of some keywords such as the prompt keyword in this case. So this is a really simple way that you guys can use to actually communicate with your user. So let's say you're creating an application where you want to communicate with your user. So this is a simple way that you guys can use to actually do it and communicate with your user. So I hope right now you understand how it works. So that's it for this class, guys, and see you all in our next class.